Hi, often people ask the question, what was behind the thinking in the product and has it been successful or not? So let's look at the 6-pack avocado that Fresh Partners, our company, was involved in. So I got 5 points. The first point we looked at was to say, the shopper has money. Focus on the shopper. They're the only people that introduce new money into a fruit and veg or any supply chain. So from the purse, from the wallet, from the credit card, we've got to focus on that. The second point we then look at is to say, what is it that will make them come to that display? And that's all about merchandising. And we can't leave it up to the retailers. There is not enough artists out there to beautifully present your fresh produce in multiple stores across the country or around the world. We know that. So how about we take that job on? And I think it's very much to work with the retailer, understand what they want. But what we did here was we developed a floor display which stayed on a pallet, so able to present that a shopper wanted to have a look at it. Point number 3, so we've got someone to come across. How do you make that shopper put that product in their trolley? And that was all about simple information to try and take them on the journey as to how to select the product, give them guidance. So we had the different colours of the avocados, when to use them. We then went and spoke about where to store them when you take them home. You're taking 6 home, how do you make the most of it? Showed them ways that other people enjoy avocados, in case they hadn't, as well as very simple preparation tips, and looked at temperature and some of the ideal things about how to look after an avocado. The fourth point we then looked at was, hang on, it's about value. So yeah, price is really important, but if you've got nothing other than price, it's everything. But if you can build in their value in other things like the presentation, the little take-home insert that sits inside it, which also stops the fruit rolling around, which we did, all of a sudden you've created value that a shopper swaps it over for. But then the most important thing, I suppose, in many ways, is the 5th point. How do we get them to come back? Because that's where you make your profit over multiple sales to the same person. And that was by performing. It's all about it's got to perform when you get home. We know how much you hate it when you or I buy something and it doesn't perform according to what it was described to do. So that was all about packing on farms. That reduced the amount of handling that took place. It wasn't repacked somewhere else after farm. We also then didn't ripen it up to fully ripe, but we showed people how to do it, which was an interesting approach. We also stopped people squeezing it so much by actually explaining it. So when a consumer, they don't touch them and squeeze them. We put it in a tray they could carry home, save them banging around in a bag or against other product. But what did we end up with in the end? We ended up with repeat purchase. We ended up with an increased average weighted purchase, or AWOP. So that means people took more per purchase rather than choosing 1 or 2. They paid good money. So it was good, fair value for a grower, for a retailer, but also for a consumer by working it all through. That's the sort of stuff Fresh Partners does. We'd love to work with you, with your product for consumers and understanding where the money comes from. So give us a call. I'm Mike Evans of Fresh Partners.